Welcome to the Social Engineer Podcast, the SE Etc. series. This is episode 264. I'm Chris Hadnagy, CEO and founder of Social-Engineer LLC, the Innocent Lives Foundation, and the Institute for Social Engineering. And this podcast has been around since way back in 2009. As always, this series is sponsored by our company, Social Engineer, and we have a lot of new and exciting things. I know we said this a couple times on some episodes, but I just want to talk about some of our new services. We're doing something called hybrid right now. We saw this in the real threat actor world, coming from over in the East there, where we saw a phishing email come in saying, "Hey, I'm tech support. I need you to call me. There's something wrong with your machine. When you call in, here's a code." And then when the person calls in, of course, they answer as the call center from that company. And then the person gives them all sorts of information, access, downloads thing. So we started performing this as a service for our clients. We call it the hybrid service, where we send out a phishing email. Then we have a call center set up with our professional social engineers. And when the person calls in, we can help you find how vulnerable you are to this type of a scam. And second, we're doing a lot of AI and deepfake social engineering. So we can see it in the world. We're going to talk about it today. It's a big, hot thing. So it's coming, and we need to start analyzing how vulnerable you are to those things too. So go check out social-engineer.com for both of those services, all of our services, and see if we can help you. And you can just click on the button to set up an appointment, and Jason would love to talk to you. Now, the HubeCon, the Human Behavior Conference, is back. I cannot believe I'm saying that out loud. I'm so excited. October 30th, down here in Orlando at the Rice Pavilion. I'm really excited. It's a one-day HubeCon event. It's only $249. So go to humanbehaviorcon.com. This is the only U.S. event that Joe Navarro will be doing for all of 2024. So if you want to take some time and just spend it with Joe, you can learn from the master. It's going to be Joe, Dr. Abby, and myself for a whole day. We're going to put on a great show. It's going to be really useful, all about using nonverbals, the principles and science of influence, and then how to use elicitation and pretexting principles in everyday life. So go check out the website for more information, humanbehaviorcon.com. Okay, if you like social engineering, you should definitely be in our Slack channel. The link is in the show notes, but there we have over 1,500 people every day talking about all sorts of SE. We have practitioners, enthusiasts. One thing to keep in mind, it is family friendly and legal. So if that sounds like you, jump on over and join us in the Slack. I want to invite everyone to take a moment to go visit InnocentLivesFoundation.org. The nonprofit there has been around for 6.5 years now. I am so excited about our work there. We work closely with law enforcement to geolocate and help find people who traffic children and create child abuse material. We're over 520 cases sent into law enforcement now in the last 6.5 years. My team is growing over there. It's so amazing, the work that is being done. I'm so proud of all of them. We have, I think, over 38 volunteers and 5 full-time employees working on this mission, and we need your help. First, there's a lot of educational material on the website. You can go check it out if you're a caregiver or a parent or just interested in how to talk to kids about these topics. It's very difficult, but we need your help in staying open. And we can do that through donations. So 2 things. One, we have a gala coming up, and it's going to be awesome. It's at the Woodshed, which is the Action Figures band. It's their studio. Only 200 seats available, but we're going to be putting on a big party in September. So we want you to come out to that. You can check out information on the website there, or you can become a monthly donor. Either way, it really helps us to stay afloat. So go check out InnocentLivesFoundation.org if you want to support our mission. And if you like the music in this podcast, it is none other than Clutch, the best rock and roll band on earth. Neil Fallon is a friend of mine, and that's not because I recommend them. I've been a fan of them since I was 17, and they really are awesome. Go check out clutchmerch.com, buy some tickets, go see them live. It's the best way to really intake the music of Clutch. And last but not least, if you like this show, give us a thumbs up and a like, and keep sending in your comments and your ideas. You can email them in or put them in the comments. We really do enjoy that, and it helps us to look for new episode information and topics. Okay, now sometimes on the SE Etc. series, we have a guest or we talk about things, but a lot of times now we switched it over to just talking about news in the SE world. So let's talk about some of the things that if you're following the 60-second SE tips per day, last week, or a couple of weeks ago, I talked about the Ticketmaster Breach. That's been confirmed now, of course. So this is the world leading ticket seller to live events, concerts, sporting events. I'm sure you've heard of them. I'm sure you probably bought things from them like all of us. Well, the same group that has claimed to hack AT&T Wireless in 2021 is now claiming to have done the hack on Ticketmaster with 560 million records being released. That number is staggering. 560 million users and their information. What's out there? Well, we got their full names, mailing addresses, email addresses, phone numbers, event details, order information, credit card information. This is a huge breach, folks, and it looks like it's getting worse every day that we hear more and more news about this. But here's some things that we need to be thinking about if you ever bought anything from Ticketmaster, or just when we hear news like this. Some things that you really need to be aware of. First, we got to be vigilant, because with that kind of information out there, you know that you're going to see an increase in phishing, vishing, and smishing attacks. So we need to be aware of what's happening. When we see that information going out, and you think, oh boy, I bought tickets once there, you know that information still exists and it's relevant, then you're going to expect that these attacks are going to increase. That happened when AT&T got breached. I don't know about you, but if you're an AT&T customer, you saw a ton of smish and vishing calls happening right after that breach. So with this much personal information out there, you're definitely going to start seeing more attacks. So just be aware of that. Second, change your password on Ticketmaster right away. But more than that, this is so important, because in a survey, 68% of the people surveyed said that they reuse passwords across multiple sites. So if that's you, don't raise your hand, don't say it out loud. Just go change that password that's on every site. As an attacker gets that information, the first thing they oftentimes will do is take those email and password combinations, and they will go try them on other sites, knowing that 68% of the people reuse passwords. So you need to, if you are one of those people, first of all, stop doing that. Get a password manager. But before you even do that, go change that reused password on every site that you used it. It's important. Do that right now. Like, stop listening, press pause, go do it. Okay. Second, cancel the cards. Yes, credit cards will make you whole, and I know it's frustration, but you don't have to deal with the fraud calls and, seeing these charges, having to look at it. Just go cancel those cards and have them issue you a new one. And of course, follow up on our social media accounts. We're going to be putting news out there every day as we get it. If anything new pops out, we're going to be spreading the news for you and trying to do some research into things to keep everyone safe. You can find that on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, which we don't use too much, and of course, LinkedIn. Now, besides that Ticketmaster breach, we're seeing a string of high-profile cyber attacks on healthcare. I can remember the days when the threat actor groups, like, they had this I don't know what you want to call it, this creed. Like, even they wouldn't go after hospitals, especially children's hospitals. And then I think the name of the group the last 2 years was called Lockbit. And they found it was a really easy way to make a lot of money. You shut down with ransomware a children's hospital, and you say, hey, I want 10 million, 50 million, whatever it is, to turn it back on. They'll pay, because there's children who are going to die. And when that happened, a lot of threat actor groups went, maybe we don't care about that creed so much. And now we're seeing hospital after hospital after hospital get breached. It is a huge problem. University of Chicago Medical Center, the UCMC, released information that they've been a victim of a phishing attack. Using emails of workers at the medical center, criminals were able to get workers to give them access to records of over 10,000 patients. Now, think about this. I don't know about you, but medical records, full name, date of birth, your social security number, driver's license information, insurance and billing information, home address, email address, any kind of problems and medical issues that you had, all of that is in these records. These are huge problems. When they get medical records, this is just a massive, this can lead to identity theft. Now, the same thing that I was saying before about locking these things all down, there is something you can do here that I want to talk about that's really, really important. And you can do this for free. You can go to each one of the 3 credit bureaus, and you can freeze the ability for your social security number to be used at all. Now, I know this is just for the Americans listening here, and I know we have a lot of people listening from Europe and other countries. So I'm sorry that I don't have that information for you. But for the Americans that are listening, let me tell you, you can go to those 3 credit. If you just type it in TransUnion freeze, it will come up completely 100% free. They cannot charge you for this. So you don't need a service to go do it. If you make an account, you get a PIN number that you need to keep and write down, and now your social security number is frozen. No one can use it, including you. Now, this might sound a little frustrating, but next time you're going to go buy a car or a house or a credit card, you might need to unlock it, unfreeze it for 24 hours, but that's fine, because that means now if anyone tries to use it, they can't. And here's something really important I want you to think about. Do this even for your kids. You might be thinking, well, my kid's 5 years old. Why do I got to do that? Because people commit identity theft on children, and you might not know until your child's 18 and they're going to get their first car, and you find out that their credit score is 100. What? How did that happen? Well, they find out they're a victim of identity theft way later in life. So don't wait for that long. Just freeze everything. It's a little more frustration, but security isn't meant to make things easy. It's meant to make things secure. So do that. We've also noticed healthcare institutions are targets because their size, their dependence on technology, and the large amounts of sensitive data that they hold. Lurie Christian's Hospital, also in Chicago, faced a cyber attack that was so bad, it took them over a month just to get their systems back online. It's really, really a big deal. There'll be a link in the show notes about where you can see the at-risk hospitals there in Chicago. Now, last piece of news here. We just partnered. I don't know if you heard. We partnered with a company called IdentifAI, the AI at the end, if when you see the spelling. They're our partners because, as we mentioned before, we're doing an AI and deepfake social engineering service, and they're helping us with that part because we're not AI or deepfake specialists here. We're social engineering specialists, so we needed a partner. Well, our partner just released a story. It's about a UK-based multinational company, and their Hong Kong office fell prey to a deepfake scam, resulting in a $511,000 US dollar loss. Now, this is the second deepfake attack in Hong Kong, with losses now over $26 million. This is how it happened. The unsuspecting employee received a WhatsApp message from the individual impersonating a CFO, requested a Zoom meeting for the following day. During the video call, the deepfake CFO convincingly instructed her to transfer 4 million Hong Kong dollars to several bank accounts, allegedly to fund a new company's branch. The employee, seeing the familiar face and hearing the familiar voice, complied without suspicion, making multiple transfers that day. It was only after that employee sought verification when the transfers were done that she realized what had truly occurred. This marks the second deepfake scam reported in Hong Kong, following a similar case involving the London-based design and engineering firm Arup, which lost 200 million Hong Kong dollars in January over similar circumstances. We'll put a link to this. Guys, gals, we could see that with the advancement of AI, we are going to see more and more of these attacks happening every day. And not much we can do about it right now except stay vigilant, test our people to make sure that they are aware that these things are happening, because awareness is one of the biggest things that we can bring as far as fighting this. And just look for advancement in technologies that will hopefully help us defend from this. We've been asked, what can you do? What we have been saying to our clients is we're creating human-based multi-factor authentication systems to help combat AI and deepfake scams. If you want to know more about that, you can reach out to us through our website, and we can tell you how we can help your company with this. But this is a big problem, and we're not seeing it go away at all. So we're going to continue to look at these news events, bring them to you at least once a month and throughout our social media accounts. So keep checking us out at social-engineer.com. Stay safe out there, guys and gals. It's a rough world right now, and it keeps getting rougher with the way that we're going with technology and the scams and the threat actors. So just keep your chin up, stay safe, keep your family safe, and we'll see you next month on this series of the SE Etc. series. See ya.